Hi, welcome back to the channel. Well, did everybody take the tuner test? Alright, well that's good. How many people passed the tuner test? Everybody raise your hand, let's see. I don't see anybody in there. And I'm just going to assume that if you're watching today's video, it's because you failed the tuner test. And what's the tuner test? Well, if you didn't watch our last video, well, I'll tell you what the tuner test is. The tuner test is where you get your guitar and you get it all tuned up, just perfect, and then you take your notes and you play them all the way up and down the neck, every last one of these notes. And if they come out perfectly in tune, then you got no problem. But if they come up sharp or flat, then you got a problem. And I think that everybody's guitar came up sharp. I don't know, that's just a wild guess. But here's the good news. We're going to show you how to fix that in today's video. So, when you play a chord, it's going to be perfect. When you play a note, playing a lead, every note's coming out crystal clean and clear. And man, you're going to sound good. So, how about we take you over to the bench and we show you just how we're going to do that. Okay? All right. Welcome to Mojo Shop Guitar, baby. Okay, folks, here we are over at the bench. And in case you didn't notice, well, this is the shot we got set up here. We're going to be cutting the nut. You see, the problem is why a string is sharp is because, well, this nut the nut slot is at a certain height, okay? And it holds the string at that certain height all the way down. And basically, when you press down on a note, you're lengthening or you're tightening the string. So you're making it tighter. Well, by the time it hits by the time it hits the fret, it should be right on the money. And if it isn't, it's probably because it's too high and you've had to push it down too far, which stretches the string a little extra and makes it sharp, if that makes any sense. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut this nut slot right here, and we're going to cut all these nut slots right across here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep an eye on the tuner, and when we cut it, we're going to drop it down, and then we'll test it again and see if it's perfectly in tune. And we'll just keep lowering this until the note rings out perfect and true. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we want to get our tuner on here, just like this here. Okay. And we'll turn the sucker on. Hey, there we go. Can everybody see that pretty good? Okay, yeah, you can see that pretty good there. Okay. Now I've kind of went through here and got everything tuned up a little bit ahead of time. So let's see how good it is. Let's see, now that one's just a little bit sharp. So you always want to tune up. So we're going to tune it down a little bit. And then we'll tune up to that note. Right there. Okay, let's try the A. A is right on the money. D, right on the money. G is just a little bit under. So we're just going to give that just a touch. And when you're fine tuning these, you're just barely moving that tuning key right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go on to the B. B looks like it's right on the money, and let's see what the E is doing. E looks like it's right on the money. Okay, so let's try this note right here. Let's try the first note. See, it's just a little bit sharp. Let's try the second note. A little bit sharp. A little bit sharp. See how they're just about the same sharpness all the way up and down. So that tells me that this string doesn't take very much, ain't going to take too much cutting. So now that we've got all the strings tuned, so they're at the right proper tension, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take this first string right off there, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I went out and I bought some feeler gauges. See, these are just regular old feeler gauges. And what I did is I roughed up one of the edges on it right here so that it just has a little bit of a, see, it's just a little bit. You don't want anything that's going to cut aggressively. And what I did is, I know this string's a 9 here, so I'm going with a 10. So it's a 10 millimeter, or not 10 millimeter, but 10 thousandths of an inch feeler gauge that we're going to cut this nut slot out a little bit now. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth a little bit because I don't have to go very much. Okay? And I want to kind of point it down on an angle like this a little bit while I'm cutting. And we're just going to kind of slide it around in there a little bit. And then you got to give it the old blow up. You know, give a little blow to get all the junk out of there. Okay, we're going to set that back in there. Okay, let's just test it again for being... Now see, it's a little bit sharp, so we're going to retune it. Right there. Now let's try it. Oh, that's right on the money, see? F, perfect. G, perfect. G sharp, perfect. A, right on the money. And I got a feeling we're going to be doing that all the way up and down the neck. Look, see how we got all that right? Wasn't far off to begin with, was it? Then when you play a C, when you play an A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hold on, what's going on right here? Oh, see, now that's getting a little bit... Not getting out there yet, is it? There we go. Ah, there we go. Sometimes just how you're touching it. You know, you got to touch it nice and square. Now, see, let's see what we got here. Now, see, now we're at the 12th fret up here. I'm going to tell you we're at the 12th. And let's see what we got. I'm not picking it up. Oh, well. All right, so let's see here. We're right on the money. Let's try this at the 12th fret one more time. See, we're just not seeing the intonation needs to be set a little bit. But if you're going from here to here to here and everything's looking good, chances are you've got the nut cut where it should be. Okay, let's try the next. Let's do the next one. All right, get this one out of the way here again, and then we're going to take this one and get it over into this slot over here, the next slot over. Now that is a 11, so we're going to go with a 13 on there just to go over just a little bit. And we're going to basically do the same thing that we did on that, just kind of go over a little bit. Okay, and that kind of just cleans some of the junk out of the slot and everything like that. And now we'll just give this another whirl here. We'll see it's probably went up a little bit. Yep, it's a little bit sharp now. There's a B, perfect. There's a C. C sharp. D. D sharp. Perfect. Okay, let's do the next one. We'll slide this one over here, and we'll slide this one over here. Now let's take a look at this one right here. I want to take a look at this G first. Let's see, where's the G? G's perfect. Okay, let's try playing a G sharp. A little bit sharp. A little bit sharp there. A little bit sharp. Just a little bit. Okay, so it's kind of like that first string, so I don't think we're going to need too much to get it in check. Okay, so we're going to shove it over to the side there, and this is a 16, so we're going to go with we'll go with a 17 here. There we go. And we'll just clean that nut slot out just a little bit. I don't think it's going to take much at all. All right, we'll put that back in there. And we're going to go ahead and put all these other strings back in their slots too, just for giggles. Okay, I bet you this G got a little bit sharp on us, didn't it? Well, it stayed right there. But we're going to retune it anyways. I like to get it freshly tuned. Right there. Gotta take it up just a little bit. Right there, it should hang for a second or two. That's perfect right there. So you know it's important to get that so that it goes up there and it holds it there. It's not fluttering around, it's not acting funky, it just goes right straight up. See, I'm still a little bit sharp. Just a wee bit, just a wee bit. Okay, so we're just gonna take that G right out of there. Right out of the slot. You just gotta get it out of the slot. Where is my cutter? Right here. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and give that little one more cut. Right, that's all we can take. Blow the stuff out of there. We'll set it back down in there. And we'll give it a little tune. Alright, we're going to detune it just a little bit. Take it back up. Now see, I'm just bumping that forward just a little bit, just because I want it to hang right there. Right there, that's good. Okay, let's try this. That's looking pretty good. Look at that, right on the money. And that's the thing, you go through the rest of these strings, you do exactly that. And it will be playing perfectly in tune all the way up and down the neck. And that's what a guitar is supposed to do. And the thing about it is well, that's what we do here at Mojo Shop Guitar. Every guitar that we do gets this treatment right here, where we go through and we make sure that every last note plays perfectly in tune. I mean, you know, like I said in the other video, it doesn't do any good to tune it up perfectly, get it right on the money, and then you're up here playing and the notes are sharp or flat, or you know, there's something wrong. And that's just what we do. That's the kind of attention to detail that we do here at Mojo Shop Guitar. That's the difference. What we do is we take old guitars. See, you know, an old guitar like this that's, you know, you could probably pick up for 40 or 50 bucks in a pawn shop someplace, you know, and it's probably been sitting there for years and years and years, and I can bring it back to the shop and I can go through it and do all the little things that we do here at Mojo Shop Guitar, all the things that gives it that mojo, all the things that gives it that soul, all the things that make it sound good. And this is one of the most important things right here that makes your guitar sound good. We get every last one of these notes playing so that it's perfect. And it's not hard to do. And once you've done it, once you've cut this nut, and you go with the same gauge strings every time you change the strings, you shouldn't have any problem. This nut will never need to be cut again. When you put new strings in there, and maybe you go through and you check your relief and your string height and all that kind of good stuff, you get your action just right, it's still going to be playing perfectly up and down the nut. And you won't have to worry about any of that ever again. And that's what makes the difference between a guitar that you just bought and one that you know, has been gone through and had all those little tiny things done to it. It makes a difference. It really does. So, what else do we got to do to this thing? Well, we got to do a lot of these things to it. And what we're going to do is we are going to do a couple more videos, and we're going to show you some of the other things that we do when we Mojo-fy a guitar. And we're also getting ready to do some Mojo Shop Guitar. See, the nice thing about Mojo Shop Guitar is that we take a guitar and we go through it, get it all. We have a 22-point mojoification process that we go through where we get everything. We do every last thing from tail to stern. We get it from head to toe, man. We do it all. And we get it so that it's playing good and that it's doing all the things that a guitar is supposed to do. And I guarantee you it'll be the best guitar you ever had. And the nice thing about it is that you can get one of these affordable. You can get it with a nice case, a certificate of authenticity, you get a strap, you get a shirt, and you also get a video showing how your guitar was made. So make sure you keep an eye out for those videos coming up, because you know what? You can own a Mojo Shop guitar. It's not hard to do, and I guarantee it'll be the best guitar you ever had. So, guess what we're going to do is we're going to say adios for now. from Mojo Shop Guitar. You know, baby.